Hello and welcome to the Degenerate Nation podcast, episode 234. Why? I'm here with Patrice, and we have a special treat for you. One of us has gone off a med voluntarily with the doctor's approval, and one of us has gone off with a med without their approval. Not the same med, but the same disdain for doctors. Yeah, the same classification. So email us your answer. Yeah,
currently fucked up.
Who quit on purpose and who no cheating by listening to the previous episode, or actually that was your cue to listen to the previous episode. Who did it on purpose and who, or with their doctor, not on purpose, with their doctor's approval, and who just did it because they're fucking crazy. DegenerateNation@gmail.com. We will not tell you.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery, but we'll see if you're able to guess just by like our behaviors during this program, or maybe we're both fucking. Maybe the doctor made a mistake, and maybe the other doctor I don't know like didn't make a mistake because
maybe the doctors are conspiring with each other and we're a social experiment.
I think I'm a social experiment for sure.
Yeah,
I've been on a lot of different stuff. You noob,
yeah, and that's okay.
You just started earlier in life than me, you lucky bastard.
See, I get to build up my tolerances so my collection continues to grow.
Your collection. You have like old canisters from like 15 different medications, and so do I, but you got an earlier start. So you're like, we were talking off mic, and this could be Patreon bonus material in the future, just talking about our medications. Just be like, I kept making references to something. You're like, you have to be better, don't you? You have to one up me. I'm like, I'm one lowering you because you, you just said that you were on less of something than me, and I'm like, I'm stumbling over my words because I'm not as effective without my medication. But the question is, did I have doctor's approval or not? DegenerateNation@gmail.com. Also, if you want to be on the show, DegenerateNation@gmail.com.
If you want anything from us, Degeneration.
Nudes, full nudes, half nudes.
I'm telling you that the calendar's coming, man.
The Patrice calendar.
I took a couple promo shots yesterday. The lighting was great. Maybe not look so pale and full nude. I mean, it was great.
Oh God, I want to see the lighting shine on your pale body.
Yeah, there's curves you would never dream of.
He's curved in strange places.
Yeah, man. No, I say it's that like competitive drive of like, dude, I gotta be better than you. Oh, what? You take 20 milligrams, dude? I'm gonna take 25 milligrams.
Yeah, I'm gonna up my dose, motherfucker. Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah, you think you've had a mental break? Dog, I'm gonna have 2 mental breaks.
Oh, you went outpatient? Motherfucker, I'm going inpatient.
Yeah, what'd you say? Weekends for 8 months? How about 30 days for the whole year? Every month?
Yeah. I mean, we're about even with like, I mean, I don't know, is one inpatient like a housing rehab thing equivalent to an outpatient mental facility?
I don't know, man. Outpatient mental facility, that's kind of on it's a very parallel tier.
It's parallel, or is that more intense? I don't know.
We would have to swap. I mean, we've swapped stories. I say we swap roles.
Swap roles? Oh my God, it's like body swapping.
I was thinking more King's Hawaiian.
King's Hawaiian? What?
Swapping roles.
Good plug for King's Hawaiian rolls. Tasty.
Yeah, if you'd like to sponsor us, please do so.
A great thing to put beef jerky around.
Around?
Yeah. I mean, into. God damn it. We suck at promos. This is why we don't have ads.
And if you're a company and you, for whatever reason, listen to our podcast and you want a shitty promo, you have found your spot.
Yeah.
It's us.
You got to do it. You want Andy or Patrice or Luther Danger, you probably want Luther Danger reading it. Or Wendy. Woo! Or Wendy reading it. Or Charles, he'll get the ad and he'll just stare at it for a second. He'll make some demon noise and he'll just go wipe. And you're like, that's the ad. That's it. That's all you get. Me, you'll get the enthusiasm, but I'll stumble over it. Patrice, he might do it. Will can't read or write, so he will not be participating. Luther Danger's got that golden voice.
Who does?
Luther Danger? Not me.
Golden Danger. Ah.
No, Luther Danger. That's what I said, right?
Luther Danger. Excuse me. I just made a new character. Golden Danger.
Golden Danger is his nephew.
Who do you shack up? Goldfinger from James Bond?
Well, you made a butt baby with James Bond villains from the 60s? How do you even know about that shit?
Oh, I'm versed in my James Bond films.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm all about Moonwaker, Moonrocker.
Moonraker.
Moonranker. like it's rank.
Oh, God. So you disappointed any more women sexually recently?
No, I haven't. There has not been a Soft Toe Part 2 yet, but it will come, unlike me.
You didn't come?
It's coming. Like it's.
Well, that time when you had the issue, did you come though?
No.
Like you didn't blow in in a half-filled condom.
No,
because that would be fucking hilarious. That
would have been great. Blow it up like a balloon and then just.
Because you can come soft or moderately soft. It happens.
Yeah, I'll give myself the benefit of the doubt. There was probably some pre-cum.
Yeah, there's always pre-cum. It's everywhere. It's on the subway system, the metro. Yeah, we breathe in the air, the pre-cum air. It's through the vents.
That's what the Pink Floyd song's about. Breathe in the air. Don't be afraid to share.
Yeah, man, you gotta be careful. And you think you can just pull out and it's all good, but that pre-cum will get you every time in that metro seat. Don't wear no panties when you got a skirt on if you're going in the metro, if you're going to work. After this coronavirus, you go on the metro, you go on the subway, you go on wherever, the T train. Am I hearing an echo from your fucking computer?
I don't think so. Are you?
Yes.
Is it better now?
No.
I'm not hearing an echo.
Oh, okay.
Are you hearing an echo?
Maybe it'll just not be so bad. We'll see. Now that's better. Fixed it. Good job.
Thanks, man. So, no sexual disappointments, but man, I've had some fucked up dreams recently, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, a lot. Past couple nights, I've been, either drinking hardcore, using, you name it, within the degeneracies of the Degenerate Nation podcast, I've been doing them, but in my dreams.
That's scary, because someone that's just, recently, clean. They still say clean when it's drinking and not other drugs, right?
Yeah, no, clean. There's some people that get hung up on that shit.
They're and there's difference between dry versus sober, right?
Yeah. So a dry, just on that, a dry alcoholic, the only difference is you're not drinking. You haven't done anything to better your life or change your situation.
Yeah.
Which I can get on board with that, but there's people that are well, actually, I prefer the nomenclature clean versus sober. You got to get it right, dude. If you don't get it right, you won't get right, man. It's whoa. Whoa.
Hey, can I buy you a drink? Let me take you for a ride, buddy.
Oh, that's funny. But dude, yeah, the dreams, especially being fresh out,
fresh out the yard, man.
Fresh out of the garden into the salad, it's
someone's gonna toss you, buddy.
It's I don't know, man. There was a couple second pause, after I woke up because they're so vivid.
Yeah. That
I'm holy shit. My heart rate's up. I'm sweating. I'm thank God that's not real. It's man, just
I've had those.
About throwing something away, not a pleasant dream.
No, I mean, I feel just because I think the dreams started happening longer apart from each other, and from when I no longer drank. Like it wasn't as intense when I woke up, but it did feel like part of me like had failed and I had to start the clock again.
Yeah.
Even though like I wasn't like chugging beers and like sucking dick for weed or something in my dreams, like it felt as if I had done that though when I woke up a little bit. I'm like, oh man, I gotta do that again. Not that part, but the starting over part again. And so I think I can echo the same sentiment, but probably less intense because even when those dreams kind of started, I was further removed. Not like 50 days, 45 days, something like that.
You're coming up on 60 pretty soon.
Oh, sweet! Congrats on almost 60. Woo!
Yay!
We're not using the snaps for that. We use an actual clap for Patricia's clean.
He's clean. He's a clean machine. He'll get you lean, give you some protein, then fuck you mean.
Yeah, with his soft dick.
With a soft dick, he got a soft toe. He doesn't know any more words, so he won't flow on the beat, on the rhyme. Only thing he hasn't done is some time.
That's cool though. Like, not that you've had those dreams, but that you're able to share with whoever's out there that might need to hear it. You know, like it's a scary thing to stop doing anything that once gave you a sense of a control or pleasure, and then it doesn't matter what it is. But when it's something that can be as dangerous as drugs, i.e., drinking is part of drugs, we need to change the conversation in this society because it's a fucking drug.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here with drugs and alcohol, man. It's a drug.
Yeah.
I'm not one to like be really adamant about stuff. Typically, I'm the apathetic person.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, drugs and alcohol, that is some bullshit nomenclature. It's a fucking drug.
It is drugs. So we're not going on telling you that whatever you're doing is wrong.
No,
we're telling you that whatever we're not doing is right.
Correct.
It's like, find another path. It's like, it's fine if you don't, and you just decide that I just want to drink and drug to explore my wickedness or whatever. Just do it. If you're gonna do it, tell us what you're doing. Give us stories. degeneration@gmail.com.
Tell us those stories, man. We've all got them, and especially if you are doing stuff and you feel like you need some help, hopefully, and if you happen to be one of those listeners, man, I want to be able to give you, little chunks of wisdom or at least experience from my story.
Yeah, me too.
As to like how I got myself a little bit better. Still quite fucked in the head.
Still working on it. Yeah, but it's like the first thing you do is remove an impediment. And you're like, you have to decide not necessarily what is my biggest impediment to my happiness, or not happiness, but like my path, a growth chart. But what is the first thing I think I can take care of? Impediment that I can try to remove. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't always have to be the major one, because ultimately, like, people that are using alcohol and other drugs aren't going to be like, oh, I have this little problem. This alcohol is my main problem, but I have this little problem of self-esteem. No, you have a huge problem of self-esteem and more than a little problem of alcohol, but that's what you knock out first, because you don't just like fix your self-esteem and keep doing all these other things.
Exactly.
Like, your self-esteem gets chipped away at in a positive way when you get rid of some behaviors, and you're still left with the stark, like, fucking terrifying reality of yourself. And guess what? Your self-esteem isn't going to go up anytime soon just because you stopped doing something that was bad for you. It takes a while.
Yeah, you got to be able to take away that bad and fill it in with good.
Yeah, and fill it in with good.
Yeah, and you know what? You can fill yourself up with good any way you want. You can gouge a sundae from McDonald's.
I just did that, and I just picked my butt. He saw it.
I did. He didn't smell his finger, though, and I was waiting for it.
Oh, so good.
Smells like Jabba the Hutt's secretions.
From his cum wrinkle.
How big do you think Jabba the Hutt's pores are? Are they like like dinner plate size?
Yeah, the size of styrofoam camping plates.
If you could identify with one Star Wars character the most, who would it be and why?
Yoda, because I love you.
Addiction, you say?
Alcohol I want. Pussy for free?
Liquor is a pathway to the dark side.
Yeah, exactly. Yoda for sure. Just because it's fun to talk like Yoda. And he's wise. And he's green.
He's green.
Yeah.
He is green. You got that
very
right.
green, and he's very wise. And he tells Luke what to do, and Luke needs to be told what to do because he has daddy issues. He has male daddy issues.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't start stripping.
Right? Yeah, like we went down to Mos Eisley and they're like, "Hey, Luke, you haven't been around for a while."
And he's like, shh, shh.
Bum 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 bum. He's like, "God, that fucking song." He's used to like these creepy aliens throwing dollar bills at him and just throwing blue milk in his face while he dances. Like, oh, stop it! Stop it! Get your goddamn tentacles! And they're like, boo! Show us your dick! Boo!
I used to bullseye womp rats in my T16 at home, but you don't want to know what that means, do you?
Show us your clit! You're like, what? I'm a man! Oh, you're a boy! Boy, you have a clit, boy!
Let me see it, boy!
Hey, boy! Boy, there's your clit, huh, boy?
He's like, I'm just a wee farmer boy.
Yeah.
He takes out his lightsaber.
Uncle Owen! Uncle Owen! And they're just pelting with the blue milk. More blue milk.
Blue milk. Blue milk, I see clit.
He doesn't like you.
I don't like you either.
Oh, you know what? Your fucking echo thing is happening again.
Echo, there is not.
Hear it I did. Gone it is now.
Gone it is now. Right.
With Tunisia is where Mos Eisley and the rest of Tatooine was filmed.
And according to our records, we're pretty up in the charts in Tunisia.
We are. We were 7th at one point in Tunisia. We won't say where we are now, but we are not 7th.
Shout out to our fans in Tunisia.
Descended we have.
Joe Rogan eclipsed us here.
Fuck Joe Rogan.
Take less steroids. Drink more blue milk.
Go back to news radio. You killed Phil Hartman.
Oh, see, that one went over my head. I don't know who Phil Hartman is.
That was very mean. I shouldn't have said that. Whatever. Okay.
Yeah, man. Dinner plate size pores, man.
Yeah, they're huge.
They're huge. Yeah. How about anything with Trump recently that's
Nah, he slipped to like 36%.
Oh, about approval rating?
Yeah, that's not very good.
It's just a little bit shy of like an F average.
Yeah, that's how far how big your erection was compared to full size man's erection with soft toe situation. 36%. So you were at 36% mast.
36% mast.
You can come at anything above 22%. You can ejaculate.
Yeah, and where did we pull that number from?
I don't know. It says Mos Eisley. It keeps a lot of good records. The Farmer's Almanac. Gray Sports Almanac. There you go. Black to Feature reference again.
Farmer's Almanac. You know, Luke's reading that. He's like, Farmer Boy. Farmer's Almanac. Oh, here it is. 22% you can ejaculate. He's like, all right, gotta stay at 21%. Gotta stay at 21%.
Yeah. Leia! Oh, Leia!
Leia! Oh.
Have you ever heard anyone address that, like, he's basically trying to fuck his sister for, like, 2 movies?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think it's hilarious and it's accurate.
He's trying to, like, George Lucas did not know what he was doing.
George Lucas did know, man. That was in the script the whole time.
It was?
It had to be.
No, he wrote like a million drafts before Star Wars became Star Wars, and then he didn't have the rest of them. He had ideas,
Well,
but he didn't have, like, Leia as Luke's sister planned out. If he did, that's fucking weird, dude.
I think he did, man. And I'm picturing it at like a table read, and John's like, "Oh, hey George, love the idea, but I'm hung up on this one little thing here. So, Luke has a sister, and he kisses her.
Yeah, on the mouch.
On the mouch, in and around the mouch. You know, after his sister calls someone a nerf herder. Also, that's really not cool. We can't really be throwing that around. Corcoran's
That's a
gonna
slur.
have a field day.
Yeah, nerf herder is a slur where he comes from in Tunisia.
Yeah. In Tunisia.
Yeah.
George is like, no, we must stick to the core concept. He has a sister, and he doesn't know it. But I know it. I know
it, and I know they want to fuck.
Oh, they make forced babies.
But then there's this guy that's twice her age, right?
Yeah, and he, little did you know, I'll release it after the fact in a post-credit, extra credit scene. She's 16.
Yeah, and George, me, decides, right, that this guy that's twice her age is standing for me, right? Gets to bang her.
But again, this is in Tunisia, where the age of consent is 16.
Oh, God. Tunisian audience, let us know what your age of consent is, so we'll make sure we're accurate next time.
Yeah, I'm wildly curious now.
I bet you are.
It's got to be lower than 16.
The Tunisian age of consent?
Just kidding. Yeah, no, it's. If I had to guess, it's 14.
14. Ooh. Ugh. Like, descended we have. Unable to remove self from talk of 14 years.
Down a rabbit hole we have gone.
Escape we must. Use the Force, Luke.
14 is to the dark side.
Do you think Luke is your favorite character because both of you guys don't fuck? He's like monk-like, and then he drinks like tit milk from that creature, and then The Last Jedi, your favorite movie.
Yeah, which has probably the single worst scene in all of Star Wars. But yeah, it's cool. We won't talk about that.
No, the single worst scene in all of Star Wars is "Hold Me Like You Did" at the lake by the lake at Naboo. That's the worst fucking scene. In Attack of the Clones, if you recall.
I recall. They call me Mr. Recaller.
Yeah, I don't think that would have got you hard.
Holding Padme next to me with my robotic arm.
No.
That would be. Huh?
Did he have a robotic arm then in the second one? No.
Well, he did at the end.
He had his real ass arm and his real dick in Hayden Christensen's pants. And he probably didn't get hard because of that line of dialogue. No matter how attractive what's-her-face is.
Oh, Natalie Portman?
Yeah, Natalie Portman.
Dime piece. She's fantastic.
Dime piece Padme, yeah.
Dime piece Padme.
But I'm thinking, you're in his shoes, right? You standing in for Hayden Christensen.
Which would have been an honor.
Would have been on. You have the height. And the paleness.
I've got the impotence.
You got the wooden delivery and the impotence, and the wooden delivery of a wooden line and the vibrant impotence of Hayden Christensen. You stand there, you wouldn't be able to get a boner without spouting that shit. Even if she's like, "Oh, hold me by the lake in your boo," and you're just like, "I can't get hard of this shit," and it's like, George, what am I supposed to do with this shit? I'm an actor. I've been summoned to act.
I am from the acting school.
Yes. I will go on to star in Shattered Glass and then nothing.
And then maybe that one thing called Jumper, which very few people saw, but was actually a great movie.
He was in that?
Yeah, great.
Oh, my bad. So I don't think you would have got hard if Natalie Portman had to say that line to you.
I don't know, dude. Putting me next to Natalie Portman, I think I'd be hard as a rock. I'd be full toe.
You'd be full toe for Natalie Portman?
Oh, any day, dude. The amount of stuff I would relapse if I could get with Natalie Portman.
She would relapse if she found out she got with you.
I don't know if she's sober. I doubt it.
She's a mom. She might be.
I don't know, man. She's shooting out fucking tequila shots out of those tits.
Pew 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 pew.
Pew, pew. And she doesn't miss unlike stormtroopers.
They're not trained very well.
I'd be there to catch it. No.
Yeah. I don't know who I'd relapse for.
Oh, dude, I could make a list. I'd relapse for you, man. If it was like a life or death situation, like I kill Andrew unless you drink this fifth of Captain Morgan, I'd be like, dude, fucking can me the bottle.
Yeah, I mean, I would do it too for you, obviously.
But if it was like, Patrick, throw away years of your life for one chance to get hard next to Natalie Portman, not even do anything with her, just get hard next to her, I'd be like, yep, sure.
Okay, but in this situation, does she or does she not know that you have an erection?
She does, and she likes it.
And she likes it, but nothing happens because it's your dream?
I mean, if I'm choosing, I would like for things to happen, but constraining it a little bit more realistically, yeah, nothing happens.
That's terrible.
It is, I mean, it's kind of
Why
bad.
are you relapsing for happily married women with children?
Okay, I thought this was, if you put me in the Star Wars universe.
Oh, okay. So Padme.
For Padme, yeah.
You do it for Why? It's not Natalie Portman, it's Padme then.
Yeah, but because she's royalty, man. She was a senator.
She's a wooden character from a wooden man.
A wooden man.
He created great things, but he also created that, which was not very good. And he set teenage boys back centuries with his romantic dialogue. And so you're gonna relapse for her character Padme, or for you gotta cite Black Swan or something, man.
Okay, Black Swan's getting a little risque. I don't know, man. The little boy in me is just screaming like, "Do it for Padme! Do it for Padme!"
Go get drunk! Go drink some fucking Mike Hard's lemonades for Padme! She wants it!
Go get wasted and then message her on Instagram.
Yeah. Slide into her DMs! Slide into Padme's DMs!
Wake up in the morning, regret your decisions you have. No, I will concede. The dialogue, I would say across the board in the prequels is lacking for sure.
Yeah.
It's at its worst 100% in the Clone Wars. And I tend to overlook the dialogue, especially in the Naboo scenes, just because of the emotional arc of Anakin is so phenomenal. Yeah. I can overlook most of the things that are wrong with that movie. For me.
For you, but you were like a child when they came out. So you're like, oh, sparks and flying objects and robots and lightsabers and they're kissing. I got a soft boner from it.
No, I did, dude. I had the softest boner you could imagine when I was that young. I didn't even know what it was. I was like, I like that.
I had a boner in the tub once when I was like 6. It's fucking awesome.
I was in the tub once on a...
I was like, pew, 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 pew. I just like flicked it with like a washcloth. Like, what the fuck is this? No one told me about the fuck this is.
What is happening?
I'm a bad Catholic.
They should have chopped off more of my foreskin.
Yeah, oh my god, part of it lived.
It's alive.
My foreskin is now a 9 skin.
It's a 9 skin. What happened?
Oh, it's crawling out of me. Oh.
No, this one time I was in the tub. I was probably like 11 years old. We were in Mexico. Mexico has nothing to do with the story.
Yes, it does. Oh, I know where this is going.
No, I don't think you do.
Somebody touched your tamale.
And I was in the tub, and I had a high one. I was at maybe a medium toe, like a 3/5 chub, and
for an 11-year-old or for like an adult.
Okay, maybe for an 11-year-old. I don't know. Maybe.
Do you need me to come over and show you what an adult boner looks like?
Yeah, stand on up.
No, I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm looking at you. We'll look at some videos or something. Some cooking videos.
Some that gets me rock hard, man. Cooking, a little saute action.
No, you know from those like fucking gangster movies where they cook the crack in there with their titties out.
Oh,
Those cooking videos.
That's my type of cook. No,
Yeah.
Back to the Mexican bathtub story.
Okay, you tell your Mexican bathtub story, and then I'll tell my Mexican bathtub story.
There we go.
Okay,
we'll
perfect.
I don't know where yours is going to go, but I'm excited.
Ooh.
Mexicans bathtubs. What could happen? Stay tuned. And I had like probably a half boner, and I was like, oh, I have to pee. I'm in this warm tub. Little did I know that being at half mast, at the angle I was at, my pee trajectoried out of the water and into my forehead while I was in the tub.
You were trying to pee in the tub?
Yeah, man, I don't give a shit. It's my pee.
And it's Mexico, so it's like, whatever.
Yeah, you know I'm not the first person to do that there.
Just fucking pissing in the toilet.
Nah, but yeah, that's my Mexican tub story.
Nah, your future Mexican tub story is selling in Oregon because you relapsed for fucking what's her face, Natalie Portman.
Natalie, if you are listening to this,
oh, she's listening.
I love you.
Yeah, she's pretty attractive.
She's hysterical. She's
very smart.
Charismatic.
Yeah, she's everything we are not.
Yeah, they say opposites attract.
Yeah. Do you think her and Hayden fucked?
What'd you say?
Do you think she fucked Hayden or at least Ewan McGregor?
I think she gave Hayden like the resentful, like over the pants hand job. I think she fucked the shit out of McGregor.
Yeah, Obi-Wan.
My mom's gonna say dialogue about you, or no, my daughter's gonna want you so bad, so I'm gonna want you so bad.
Leia wanted Obi-Wan.
Yeah, he was her only hope.
Oh.
She's like riding Obi-Wan. She's like, tell me you'll take care of my daughter.
Yeah, and then Natalie Portman's like to George. She's like, you should make a sequel to Willow, and I want to play the lead. Laura Dannon.
Willow Part 2.
They can't hear what I'm doing, but can you describe to the listener what I'm doing here?
Yeah, Andrew just got a restraining order from his mic for how much he's licking it.
Do you enjoy going down on women or men?
The latter, actually.
Yeah.
I like a big old chunky banana that's like 5 days overripe.
For women, so is that a no? So you won't, in addition to not being able to get an erection, you'll also refuse to go down on a woman?
No, in all seriousness, I do. I enjoy a nice clean palate, you know?
Well, like a pallet of bricks? Hey, that's good old pallet.
I like a nice pallet of cinder blocks, you know. My man Mikey down at the corner today.
The docks. He told me he started the docks.
He's working at the docks. He said this broad he met, Shirley. Man, she had a fucking 2x4 of a pussy. And I said, man, did you give it some woodwork like Jesus? Like Jesus of Nazareth working in the wood shop? Yeah, that's my man.
Yeah, that's my man, my savior, my Emmanuel. You know what I'm saying? Jesus, baby. So, what? You have a preference of taste, acidity, or what? Are you grossed out by the whole thing?
I'm a clean shaven kind of guy. Number one, but number two, I don't mind if there's a little
hair.
You know, a little prick. Yeah, I was searching.
Is that why you're asking about the Tunisian consent age?
Maybe not.
Huh. Okay.
Who knows? I don't know how many female listeners we have in Tunisia who are of legal age, which I hope, for the sake of my sanity, is not 14.
DegeneratePatrice@gmail.com. Send him a message.
Please. No, I don't mind if there's a little prickle prackle. You know, it's always fun. It's like a little sandpaper before you're coming in too hot.
You like just getting your face just like torn up by short bristles? Or you
Yeah,
like
I
real
do.
hair?
No,
Real soft hair, like a field.
like a
Like an Irish field, like an Irish meadow.
Hey laddie, do you like the prickle prackle? Or are you more of a full on flower? Are you a flower man?
For the fucking clovers, to a prickle prackle.
Are you a clover lad?
Because if you're
Now,
going down there, you're like, beep, 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 beep. And this is a prickle prackle on your face, that's got to be rough.
no, I mean, I think I like the prickle prackle because it shows that there's effort to keep it clean. They just got caught up in other things in their life and forgot to shave
Like their job?
like their job, their hobbies, their kids. You know,
Their kids?
yeah, man. I've mouched out on some moms before.
No way. I don't believe you. What
yeah,
do you
no,
mean
I
he's
haven't.
mouched?
It was just a great example.
I want you to. I need you to experience that.
I do. I don't know if I want to experience it or if I need to. I think I more need to than I
You need
necessarily a desire.
You need to know the sadness.
That I hopefully be able to taste through eating them out.
Yeah. Taste their sadness and your own sadness. The juices of your sadnesses flowing together.
That's a good song lyric right there.
Yeah, juices
of our
sadness flowing together. It's dry, guys.
It's dry, guys. Juices of sadness.
And when you're in a Mexican bathtub holding your liver that someone stole from you years later, you're gonna know that that's the point that started your journey.
Yeah, that is.
Tasting her sadness.
And I'll just be like, my journey started in Mexico and it ended in Mexico. One resulted in urine on my face, the other resulted in blood all over me.
Yeah, that's how it all goes, man.
Hey.
This episode has been brought to you by the Mexican Tourism Board. As soon as the
down.
borders open up, come on down to Mexico.
Come on down to Mexico.
To one of our luxurious spa tubs.
We will take your organs, but we will give you chimichangas.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, there we go, Patrice. That's the old Patrice there.
Oh, the old Patrice, he is back.
The old insensitive Patrice.
Insensitive.
I'd be insensitive if I couldn't get an erection also.
Yeah, it's a tough thing. I tried this thing called Viagra. It's like black market Viagra.
What?
It's called Viagra.
Well, what's the difference between them?
You get an erection, but it's inverted, so you're just going inside.
Oh, we have a very reliable source that says inverted penises are real things.
Yeah, you know what? I bet he was the rep for fucking Viagra.
We are not going to reveal our source, the nature of our source's work, or gender, or lack of gender. You can't lack gender, I guess, but
You can identify as being genderless in this day.
Gender is it gender fluid? Is it fluid if it's in the process of going from nothing to nothing? So like, what was you can be genderless?
Yeah, there's another word for it, like amorphous or something like that.
Amorphous.
An amorphous blob of congealed fluid.
I don't think that's how gender identity works anymore.
I think if I choose to identify as an Apache helicopter, you have to respect my identification.
As your gender, or just in general?
As my gender.
All right, because like that brings up an interesting point, like about race and gender. Is like, okay, do we have to take it at face value what you identify for both, or just for one, just for gender?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good point.
Because a white person could identify as a black person in their mind, and your mind is part of your body, right? Your mind is part of your body. Whereas in gender, you're saying like you were born with a dick, but you're like, nah, I'm a woman. You know, I'm a girl, I'm a woman. Then you're identifying as a woman, but you have until you get it chopped off, you still have a man's penis attached to you, right? So.
Correct.
But for that, it's fine to say you're a woman because you're biologically still a woman because your brain is part of your biology, right? So how is that okay and the other one isn't okay is something that I've heard people bring up. Not in intelligent channels, mind you, but in the channels where I run in.
Yeah, in your crowds.
In my crowds, all of my crowds are like, why can't I be an Eskimo?
Yeah, I guarantee this.
Like
Andrew's crowd is walking into a. It's like Cheers. You're walking into the bar and Cheers, and they're like, "Hey, Andrew's here. Andrew, what do you think about guys chopping their dicks off, huh?"
And then they want to be an Eskimo too. On top of that, for what?
What's going on?
You can't be an Inuit worker and not be an Inuit. You can't get an Inuit job that's meant for an Inuit, and you're not an Inuit.
If you're not Inuit, what about an Inuit who has his dick go in him? An Inuit dick in him.
What are you talking about? I can't play off that shit.
An Inuit dick in him? The inverse
we inverted Inuit boners.
Inverted Inuit boners coming to a theater near you.
You get slipping into Bernie there and you fucking dementia.
Dementia, Bernie Sanders. There are not enough Inuits with inverted penises.
I mean, or what are the odds of... Okay, I'm going to ask my source, very valued source, what are the odds medically of having an Inuit with an inverted penis?
Dude, I would say less than 1%.
It's way less than 1%. It's way less than 0.1%.
Okay, if I...
Because Inuits of the population are very small.
I would say 0.00297.
Ooh, I want to write that down.
0.02997. There you go.
Sorry, I hope that voice didn't excite you, Mr. Tunisia.
Yeah, I don't know. You could say soft toe has started to climb the ladder.
Oh, God. We're not stopping there. No, I'm not letting you off the hook like that.
No, it's...
No, I'll let you take the show down, but it's going... Yeah, this will continue.
Oh, okay.
Not very longer. I'm going to put my special hat on.
Just for clarification, Mr. Tunisia was not hoping for a low age of consent, rather speculating.
You're a consent speculator for different countries that you've never heard of.
I'm a consent speculator. See,
I made a killing during the Great Depression. See,
what do you think? What do you think, Mikey? What do you think?
I'm 120 years old now, so everything's consensual to me.
Mikey, what do you say? You say 13, or are you more of a 15 guy?
Jesus Christ. Are you more of a 15 guy, he says. Are you more of a 15 guy?
This is the character. This is Schmo the Joe. Okay?
This is Schmo the Joe. So again, we want to ask you, which one of us consulted a doctor before decreasing their medication? Type A for Andy or P for Patrice at degeneratenation@gmail.com. And I meant to do this in the beginning of the broadcast, before we just descended into madness, unlistenable garbage, dreck madness. But we have a Patreon page that we'd love for you to participate in. It's patreon.com/degeneration. And Patreon is spelled P as in Patrice, ATREON.com/degeneration. Become a sponsor so we can keep doing this and the show gets better.
And it will get better.
And we can afford more medication. Maybe that's the reason why we went down on medication. Maybe it's a money thing. You don't know. You don't know our lives, but if you'd like to know more about our lives, continue. Become a Patreon. Thank you. End of plug.
Remember FDIC.
Oh, yeah! You getting tired, Patrice?
Oh, Patrice, little tired. Little house on prairie. Meet tiredness.
House on prairie. So,
imagine if the Little House on the Prairie in Inuit Nation had a crossover.
Oh, God. A little igloo on the prairie?
little igloo. No. Little prairie on the igloo.
Little prairie on the igloo. Like a prairie dog on an igloo? They had a prairie dog?
And they call them ice dogs.
Ice dogs. And that one of them had an inverted penis. Sure enough.
They go, this is Ice Dog.
No, so we get this character with this. We pitch this animated show, right? And it's called Ice Dogs. Okay, unless it's already been a thing, and it's set in an Inuit world. Okay, and there's igloos. I think I don't know enough about Inuit world. Do they have igloos?
Absolutely. There's I think it's more of a rule. I think there's at least seven igloo per resident, per Inuit.
What the fuck are you talking about? Hold on, I'll trudge through this muck. So like they're like, we like the idea, we like that it's different. It's set in an Inuit world. We haven't, but you're not. None of you are Inuit. Like, you don't know that.
Yeah.
And like, all right, we're gonna give you we want two things. We need an indigenous co-creator. I was like, well, you already know who wrote the show, so what I'm telling you, wink, wink, is go get an Inuit, wink, wink, and we come back with an Inuit co-creator, right? Sure enough, and then they're like, this is good, we like this. However, I think we need a transgendered character, and you're like, it's a cartoon. But like, sure enough, we come back and it's an Inuit with an inverted penis that is an ice dog, and we sell it. And the question is, do we continue going with the show? I think we continue with this podcast. What do you think?
I think we do too. I think ice dogs. Now, hear me out. Inuits, but they're all like hitmen. They're icemen. They're Inuit assassins.
Inuit icemen with ice dogs?
But that's like, because they call them ice dogs. It's because they all have dogs, but they're all icemen. You know, like the
Inuit hitmen. They're icemen. Yeah, I like it. And they got dogs. They're icemen. So it's about the icemen or the ice dogs?
No, it's about both.
Oh, it's a family show. Dog. Yeah. And now, it's still a cartoon, right? Is it about the dogs mostly? It's a family show or an adult cartoon?
It's a family. It's an adult cartoon that masquerades as a family show.
Ooh, so like a Family Guy or like a F is for Family?
A little bit, but it's a little darker and grungier.
All right, good night.